I tell Howie all the time, why did you wait till I retired to add a piece like this? Having a guy like Saquon would have been really nice, and that's all Howie's fault for not making that happen soon.
Jason Kelce is joining Sports Illustrated today on behalf of Kingsford. Jason, thanks so much for the time. Well, I want to talk about Monday Night Football. Congratulations on your debut. You did awesome.
Thank you.
Obviously, we saw the wardrobe situation, but fans loved it. So I'm wondering, is that going to be like a new thing for you this season? Will we see more?
What's that? Having too tight of shirts, or just like
tight shirts?
I don't know.
Is that the new thing?
Yeah, maybe. I don't. We'll see. I think I'm trying to figure that out. I got a bunch of suits made, but it feels like a lot of fans don't want me to wear suits, so that's kind of like we'll wait and see. I guess week to week, maybe.
Okay.
I don't even know what I'm wearing yet this week. We'll find out.
I'm assuming flip-flops are a no-go, but I know that's a Jason Kelce staple.
I would love to wear flip-flops. So one thing that makes me nervous about flip-flops is if we're going to be on the field and guys are in cleats, all of a sudden I get stepped on. That might sting a little bit, but I do love me a good flip-flop, no question.
Talk to me a little bit about retirement. What's it been like for you watching the Eagles this season as a fan?
Yeah, I mean, so far just the first game, and it felt weird. I think you're watching on TV. They're down in Brazil, which is a weird situation to begin with, or an odd situation. I think you're a lot more anxiety driven because there's not as much as you can control, and you want the team to do well, and you want guys that you know and appreciate and love to do well. So I think you're thinking about all that while the game's happening, and you're frustrated that you don't have all the information, that you can't help. But at the same time, you're also enjoying it in a different way. Like it's a different side of it being a spectator and a fan. But in some ways, it's really fun to just sit there and watch football. Now I get to take in more football than I ever have. When you're playing, you're so caught up with what you're doing and the Philadelphia Eagles and the offensive line and my job. And you really, even when I'm watching football games, when I was playing, I would pretty much strictly just watch the center and, what they were doing to improve their job. And now I've stepped back from that and I'm watching the game in a weird way from like a different perspective than I have over the last 13 years.
Do you think the Eagles are going to get the tush push thing figured out? Fans are like freaking out about that now that you're gone.
They will. It was probably the worst scenario you could have to try and execute that week one. There's not only do they have Cam's in a new spot, so they have two guys in two new spots up front who haven't run it together. But then they also have just the nature of the field being so slick. It's not the best situation to try and generate a lot of movement on a play like that. And I think with the more reps they get, they're going to get back to being just as good as they've ever been at running that play.
I want to ask you about Saquon Barkley because he had a really great game, 3 touchdowns, and he was Offensive Player of the Week. How much value do you think he's going to add to that offense, which is already so talented?
Yeah, he's huge. I think that not only is he a phenomenal running back, but he can, as we saw with his first touchdown, he's a very adequate pass catcher. He's really, really talented, and he creates matchup issues. And I think as an offense, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for pieces that you can exploit, either the people that are guarding them or the way teams are trying to defend you as an offense. And we're very good out wide. Teams are going to love to play, 2 high safety looks to try and help out the cornerbacks on those guys. And, if you want to do that, you're going to be a little bit lighter in the box. And having a guy like Saquon is going to make a huge difference for the Philadelphia Eagles. And we saw it right away week one. He turned also just a lot of runs that, maybe traditionally you would see and they'd be like, not much there. Maybe it's a no gain. Maybe it's a tackle for loss. Or all of a sudden, one of them, it looked like he was close to getting tackled behind the line of scrimmage and he breaks it for a touchdown. Another one, the run got thinned out and he just kind of found his way through and took it for like maybe over 15. Like he's a very, very good player. And on top of all that, great person. Like, I don't know that you're going to find anybody in the Philadelphia Eagles locker room that doesn't like Saquon Barkley.
Is there any ounce of you that wishes you were still out there, like blocking for him?
Of course. Yeah, listen, I tell Howie all the time, why did you wait till I retired to add a piece like this? I mean, the last time I played with a running back this probably talented was LaShawn McCoy, I'd say.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like Darren Sproles, I got at the tail end of his career, and he was really good too. And I've played with some good backs. I'm very thankful for the teammates I've had. But having a guy like Saquon would have been really nice. And, that's all Howie's fault for not making that happen sooner.
I know that you did a Christmas album with the Eagles. And so I'm hoping we get another rendition of that because you have some range vocally. I mean, it's very impressive. What is it going to take to get you to sing on a Taylor Swift record, do we think?
Well, first, I will do whatever, if Tay wants that, she can have that anytime she wants. But I think she's doing just fine on her own. I think for me, the Christmas album is all in fun. We raise a lot of money for charity. We have our third one coming out this year. So we're excited for that. I think it's coming out right around Thanksgiving or the day after Thanksgiving. So we're really excited about that. And I think for Taylor, I think she should keep doing what she's doing and not have any thought about me doing anything.
Tell us about your partnership with Kingsford. Why do you guys have teamed up together?
Listen, I think that it's just something that it's a brand that I've associated with my whole life and something that, really makes me think of football, makes me think of being around family and friends and these moments that you just kind of end up cherishing. So the smell, everything, I think that for me, it was a no-brainer to be involved in Kingsford. And I think that we get to do a lot of fun stuff. I was doing something earlier this season with Vince Wilfork, a guy that I've always looked up to in my NFL career. And I think we're going to have a bunch of content coming out, social stuff. And as with anything Kingsford does, I'm sure it'll be fun and people will get a kick out of it.